Hey hashtag, it's Laine. The classic sitcom That 70s Show has recently come full circle this year with the spin-off series That 90s Show, which just released on Netflix last month. I'm here to break down some of the similarities and the differences between the two shows, so let's get into it. So it is no doubt that anyone who watched the original show will have so much nostalgia when they see the original cast coming back. First we have Eric Foreman and Donna, whose lives actually pick up right where we left them. The same goes for Kitty and Red Foreman, who still have the same great chemistry and banter. Then we get the introduction to Jackie Burkhart and Michael Kelso, whose story did change from the last time that we saw them in That 70s Show, and they now have a kid together, Jay Kelso, who is part of the new cast. This then leaves Fez and Stephen Hyde, who both have different roles than what we saw them last on That 70s Show. Starting off with Fez, he is no longer with Jackie, and instead is making his way through life with his new salon. As for Stephen Hyde, the actor that plays him, Danny Masterson, has got himself tied up in controversy, which has prevented him from even being addressed in That 90s Show at all. As for a character who has stayed true to himself throughout both shows, that would be hippie lover Leo. Not only do we have Leo staying true to himself in That 70s Show, but the settings that are used in That 90s Show also stay true to the original. Settings include the Foreman house, Donna's house, the water tower, the hair salon, and the infamous basement, which was a place for all the friends to gather in the circle, which is still seen today in That 90s Show. More similarities between the two shows include some of the same situations from That 70s Show being integrated into That 90s Show. This includes the Fez versus Fenton showdown, the Vista Cruiser being a huge symbol, and the iconic fantasy sequences. For the differences, there is a lot to be said about the overall diversity of the new cast, with Gwen being of mixed race and Ozzy being of Asian descent and gay. Next, of course, is the fashion. That 90s Show is going for a grungy patterns and plaids aesthetic, where That 70s Show was the disco era with flare pants and vests. Lastly, we see a huge jump between technology used from the original show to That 90s Show. In the original show, they were just figuring out how to use a tape recorder for TV shows, and now in That 90s Show, they're being introduced to computers and the internet. Two completely different worlds. So those are some of the similarities and the differences that we picked up on. I'm Laine, and we'll see you after this commercial break.